is your name and what is the name of your bus?
Okay, hi, I'm Shelley Knapp, and this is my husband Randy, and we're known as Nap Time, and the name of our bus is Miss Mary, and welcome to our home. So you're coming in the front door, and as you come in, we left the front of the bus original. We wanted to pay homage to the bus and not do anything to the front. And so then we put 3 inches of foam insulation in the floor, lifting it up so it kind of created an entryway coming in, which I love.
Yeah.
The co-pilot chair swivels around and becomes part of the living environment.
This came from a Silverado.
It did.
I've got the other seat to this.
Yeah, at a wreckage yard. So, but one of the things going into this, when Randy and I decided to live this lifestyle, we said, well, 5 to 10 year projection, but I told him I wanted to live in a home. I wanted to feel like a home and not a school bus.
Okay.
So that was kind of our motivation behind the design of it.
Mm-hmm.
So Randy's 6'4", so we knew we were going to have to do a rough race for him to be comfortable. And so taking out all the bus windows, it gave us the option to do something different. So to create that home environment, we went with house windows.
Okay.
Which a lot of people don't do, or we haven't seen done, but we did have to special order them and stuff to get the right kind of glass and all of that. But I love that effect in here, the big picture windows and all of that.
Yeah.
For the couch, we chose to do a twin size mattress with bolsters in the back for comfort and all of that, and that way one of us can come out here if somebody's having a bad night or something like that.
Mm-hmm.
The other thing that's kind of fun that's unique about the couch is Randy came up with this concept. It's called the Clownger. So like a lawn chair lounging thing, you can lounge in this chair if you want to.
Wow.
And it goes in different positions. So sometimes I like to curl up here with a book, have a breeze coming in, and just chill, or the TV pulls around for watching.
Okay.
And then the diesel heater's under here, so it gives us easy access to the diesel heater. So that's one of the fun things about the bus. And then our
hopefully he's a heavy sleeper, because that was kind of loud.
yeah. We don't actually use that much, not as much as we thought.
Okay.
The other thing that I love is we've got an open concept right now, but we have a drop-down table, or like a bar table, if you want to call it that pops up here.
Oh, okay.
And then we can sit here, enjoy the view, and have dinner, do any work we need to do right there. So
That looks like bird's eye maple.
it is. It's
That's pretty.
big leaf maple from Oregon, from the Oregon coast.
Okay.
So Randy's a woodworker by trade, and so we wanted to accentuate the bus with a lot of really cool, fun woods and exotic woods.
I agree.
So that's what we chose to do.
You said this is big leaf, not bird's eye?
Yeah, it's actually considered curly maple
Okay.
or highly figured maple. So, right? Am I saying that right?
It's big leaf, Oregon big leaf maple.
Okay.
It has multiple figures in it. So if you look at it, it's got fiddleback. This is a fiddleback.
Okay.
This one they would call quilted. These typically curly. So it's just different names for the figure, but it's Oregon big leaf maple.
Yeah.
Okay.
So, and then and then with the diesel heater, we also went with a propane fireplace.
Yeah.
So these are commonly used in yachts, and so we kind of like that. We have a diversification for heat if we want to. Has a little flame that flickers. So
I haven't seen a Dickinson in a long time.
so that's fun. The other thing we did was our roof hatch. The emergency hatch was totally shot, so we needed to redo that. So we enlarged it, and Randy custom built that out, and it kind of works like a submarine hatch. So this unspins and twists around, and then we have a stick that we lift it up with. And then that gives us access to our solar panels that are up on the deck. So we have solar panels running this way, and then down the middle we have a 3-foot service walkway, so we can climb up there and service the panels if we need to.
Okay.
So that's working out good. And then we both like to cook, like you can see. So the kitchen area was very important to us. And so we do have the luxury of having a nice big sink, but one of us can also be prepping vegetables and stuff over here. Because we're tall, we chose to lift up the refrigerator, so it created a really nice dry goods pantry
Oh, yeah.
down below.
Right here, right now.
So I love that. And then we built in around the stove, built in the microwave, you know, spice rack, all the fun stuff of a kitchen.
Okay.
And then,
I have to ask because people are going to ask me this.
well, what this wood is?
Is this tiger's
It's called zebra wood.
zebra wood?
Yeah, zebra wood.
That's what I've only seen
Yeah.
this online, so I've never actually seen it in person.
Yeah, it's gorgeous. Which everything's dirty right now.
Oh, that's fine.
But yeah, and a lot of this wood we had been sitting on for years, because it was such high specialty wood and stuff. We were kind of saving it for special projects, but the bus became the special project, right?
Right.
And I
right.
get to live with it daily.
Yeah.
and then the other wood that we use in here is purple heart.
Yeah, I see some right here too.
There's some in the cutting board. So what we did here is this is all a pull-out pantry,
Oh.
all the way down. So I
You did it in sections,
love
okay.
that. And then we knew we needed separate living quarters from each other at times. So we did kind of our version of a sliding pocket door. And this is on, and then there's a magnet to hold it.
Oh,
Because
okay.
it only took one time of parking,
Yeah.
not level, and the door kept sliding open. And so, but this is just on a closet glider
Okay.
that you would use in a household closet. And then stepping back, you come into the bathroom. And I wanted to break up the floor a little bit, just to break up the continuity of the flow. So we went with some rock tiles from, Home Depot. And
Oh, these are tiles.
yeah, it's
Oh.
just regular tiles, but it's kind of funny. There's only 6 actual tiles down here. Everything else I had to cut and fit like a jigsaw puzzle. So it was a really fun project. I'd never done anything like that before, and so that was pretty cool. Because Randy's tall and big, he wanted
Yeah.
to go with a standard size shower, but I wanted a window in the shower.
Oh.
So I put a challenge upon him we had to cut a window out and then figure out how to frame it in. And
Oh, it's an opening window
yeah,
too.
yeah.
Oh, wow.
So totally opens. We can get some ventilation in here and let the steam out and all that. We have the
Okay.
max fan up here, and that's plenty big enough draw for the stove and everything. So.
Okay.
And then we did a composting toilet. And then this is the brain box for all of the solar system.
Ah.
So
there we go.
Randy wanted access to this. He wanted to easily be able to get to it and stuff. And we wanted to make sure it had good ventilation and all of that. And then the batteries are down here. And the battery bank, so we can get to those really easy. So my solution for covering this up was to cut a shower curtain up
Yeah.
and make a curtain in front of it, so that way it's covered, but yet he can still get to it. And then we did put another sliding door, and there's a full-length mirror on the back side of it.
Okay.
And then you come into what we call the great room, which I love this room. Part of the purpose for our design was we both sat down and said what's really important to us in our living environment, and I like to do yoga.
Okay.
So I needed a place to be able to do yoga, and then I'm an artist too, so I needed a place to do some artwork.
Okay.
So we decided the best way to achieve that was by putting in the Murphy bed. And we also like to entertain, have a dinner party once in a while and stuff like that. So by putting in a Murphy bed, it opened up the back of the bus.
Yeah.
Which is why we call it the great room. And so we did that. So to access the art studio, this is a drop-down table just like what we had up front. So this lifts up now, and here I have an art studio. And I
neat.
positioned the lights in here so I could get a lot of light coming in. And the legs for the Murphy bed are now shelves for
Yeah.
my art studio.
Cool.
And then the other thing we did back in here was we took out the emergency door, so we wanted a second door on the opposite side of the bus. So we custom built this door, and we recycled the original bus windows.
So those are the bus
So
windows.
those are the bus windows, and that was my
Wow.
template for how to design this, because that's about the size of one of the original windows
Okay.
with all the stuff pulled off of it. And so that was kind of fun to come out with a layout of how.
You had to cut one of the windows, it looks like. That must
Yes,
have been
yes.
a challenge
And
with the
here, and
tempered
then,
glass.
And then he circled cut, yeah. And we left a little code so, you know, everybody, the insurance and all that would know that these were still the safety glass windows and all that. So.
Okay.
And then when the Murphy bed comes down, we lock up here on both sides. But,
My elbows keep hitting things.
it's like, so now it just became our bedroom.
Wow.
And then because it's a rear engine, the motor is in the back.
Yes.
And so because of the Murphy bed, we now have all this storage back here.
Wow.
So by doing it this way for us, it left our living environment open, and we don't have any closets or dressers out here. Everything's back in here or right here on the side.
Okay.
And because the engine stair steps like that, down here's where our pillows are stored, and then this is, you know, hanging on both sides.
Wow.
And then back behind, we have storage bins that go all the way back. So there's four layers, or four shelves of those, you know, 2 foot deep, 2 foot storage bins back there for stuff that we don't use on a daily basis. So
Right.
it gives us a lot of storage back in there. And then we also put
You did a double.
skylights in. So because of the Murphy bed swing, we had to do a double roof transition
Okay.
to get the swing of the bed to come up. And so with that transition, it gave us the opportunity to do more skylights.
Right.
And so we love to lay in bed at night and see the stars and watch, you know, everything go across. Or, you know, in the daytime, I get a lot of light in here and stuff like that. So that's pretty cool.
Yeah, this is all naturally lit right
Yeah,
now, and
yeah.
the sun is actually level with the bus almost.
Yeah,
so.
it's crazy, huh? How much light comes in. And then painting the walls white so it can reflect all the light when it comes in. The other thing we did for comfort is we put the mini split back in here.
Oh.
And that way, if it ever does get super, super hot, we can shut that door, and we're only cooling a third of the bus.
Right, and
instead
using a
of
third
all
of the
it.
power.
Yeah, and it doesn't tax our solar system.
Okay.
And then we did just put in a second diesel heater back here.
Right.
Just because we were having troubles getting the warm air back in here. And so that is working out really, really great. And we had this, was originally just a drop down like little desk table that I had here. And we just, it was a collect all. We weren't really using it like that.
I've got a few of those.
Yeah, and so it, you know, just kind of worked out. We looked at cabinets and all of that, and then went, well, what if we use a tool chest? So this is not tools.
Right.
This is now all my art supplies.
Yeah, no, that's
So
a great
it works
idea.
Out, yeah, it works out great because I don't have to pull two bins out of the back when I want to do art and sort through it and stuff. So
Right.
So we have all the comforts back here if we ever needed to hibernate back here for a hot summer day. So,
That's pretty neat.
anyway.
Now, what are the skylights from?
We had a special order tempered glass for the skylights, or safety glass.
Okay, so you didn't get them from a vehicle?
No,
or,
no.
Okay.
We custom ordered those in, had them special cut to the size that we needed and all of that. So,
Wow.
So yeah.
That's not cheap.
And then all of this, no, that was huge.
This is the original bus ceiling.
This is the original bus ceiling.
Yeah.
So we needed something to make the transition between the two. And the thing that I love about this is it's all metal.
And he curled it so you don't cut yourself.
Yeah.
Oh, that's pretty neat.
It's all metal, so if we ever want to put our reflectors up there to keep out the heat or the light, we've got metal on all of these, and then we just pop them up.
yeah.
If I can get it to go. There we go. And then everything's popped up, and we can totally black out this room if we need to.
Nifty.
Or keep the hot sun as it's passing over out. So, and we've got that ability in the front of the bus too with the skylights up there. So,
Okay.
so I love that. So, yeah.
That is neat. You had a lot of nifty ideas in here.
Yeah, it's been a labor of love. Yeah, we put a lot of thought into it, and how we need it to live.
Thank you for your tour.
Yeah, thank
It's
you
a
so much for
wonderful
coming
bus.
in. Yeah, it was great seeing you guys, and thanks for looking at our bus.